Okay, guys, here we are. Warm-ups. Hey, guess where I am? I'm in Arizona, yo! I'm in class, just like you. But it's 78 degrees outside, so it's not just like you. Anyway, let's talk about your warm-ups. Oh, I hope you're doing a good job. I hope that you are ready to be good students and do everything you can to do a good job. Okay, so let's talk about warm-ups. So it's pretty much what we've been talking about with linking verbs. Remember, linking verbs link the subject to something else after the verb in the sentence. And it's usually like a form of to be verb, or it could be something like seems or remained or whatever. And we have two ways to check it. And sometimes they get really tricky. So these are all mixed up. Whether they're linking verbs, whether they're predicate nominative, whether they're predicate adjectives, whatever. So let's look at the first one. The number one says, your mother looked at the messy house with displeasure. So let's do two prepositional phrases. At the messy house is one, and with displeasure is two. So you have two prepositional phrases, and then you have the subject mother and the verb looked. Now you got rid of your distractions, your prepositional phrases, and so there is nothing after the verb. So it's not a linking verb, it's an action verb. So it says place an A on the line at the verb shows action. So your number one looks like this because looked is an action. Let's look at number two. Your taco smells good. I don't know about you, but I love tacos. I could eat them all day. Love them, love them, love them a lot. Okay, here we go. Subject taco. Smells is your verb. Now, is good about the taco? And is it a noun or is it a verb? Is it a noun or is it an adjective? So I think it's an adjective because I can say good taco, and it makes sense. And I can say good smells your taco, and I sound kind of like Yoda. See? So I'm going to put good as predicate adjective, and this is a linking verb. So smells links taco to good. So it links it together. And it says place a verb on the line if the verb is a linking verb. And you could put a form of to be. So I think it would be is. Your taco is good, even though it's talking about it smells good. Because smell isn't really an action in this case. The electrician seemed sad about your decision. So one prepositional phrase about your decision. One prepositional phrase. And then the subject would be electrician. And he seemed is your verb. And then sad, is it an adjective or is it a verb? Or is it a noun? Or is it a preposition? Sad. We could say sad electrician. So that makes it a predicate adjective. So let's label it PA. And then we have to pick a to be verb. Because, you know, usually linking verbs are often, I'm going to say, is, am, I, was, were, be, being, been. And you can use these sneaky ones. So seemed, we could change it with electrician is sad. So we're just going to write a little is there. It changes the meaning, but these are the directions. Number 4, the 7th grader grew 4 inches during the summer. And some of you are going to grow 4 inches this summer, maybe even more. So that first prepositional phrase, during the summer. And the subject of the sentence is going to be greater. Greater. And 7th modifies what kind of greater. So we have greater. And then the verb would be grew. And then what the 7th grader grew would be your direct object, the inches. And 4 modifies what kind of inches. Grew is an action. So that's an action verb. We're going to put an A for action verb because you go grow. What do you think? Okay. We tasted several strange foods at the International Market restaurant. Sorry, it's 5:30 and it's Thursday night and I'm kind of kaput here. But I'm going to persevere, man, because I'm in Phoenix. So then we have prepositional phrase at the International Market. The subject would be we. The verb would be tasted. Now we are not connected to several strange foods. So it's not a linking verb. So I'm going to go ahead and put an A there for action. And I can do that relatively neatly. So we tasted what? We tasted foods. That's your direct object. Strange modifies the foods. And several modifies the foods. So I have 2 adjectives before foods, that direct object. So I had 2 linking verbs and 3 action verbs. Okay, let's talk about analogies. Hobby is to pastime, and I believe we've seen this. So hobby is a pastime. So our choices are emperor is to leader, or producer is to product, skill is to sport, and player is to athlete. So hobby is a pastime. So A is emperor is a leader, and that's the correct answer. So A for number 6. Number 7, lazy is the ambitious. No, ambitious is the lazy. So ambitious is the opposite of lazy. So embarrassed is the opposite of timid. No. Talkative is the opposite of loud. No. Friendly is the opposite of gregarious. No. Insecure is the opposite of confident. So that's correct. So number 7 is D. Number 7 is D. Carefree is to worries. So if you are carefree, you lack worries. So A is if you're hesitant, you lack doubt. No. If you're ignorant, you lack knowledge. Yes. So number 8 is B. So those are all repeats. I don't know what happened. Something weird. Makes it for a nicer warm-up quiz. And then we have 9 through 13. Ooh, action and linking verbs. Pretty much the same things we do. So number 9 says, orange blossoms smell very fragrant. Well, orange blossoms and fragrant definitely are apart, and smell would be your linking verb. So we're going to go blossoms. Orange would be your adjective. And then your verb would be smell. And it links it to fragrant. Your predicate adjective, and I could say fragrant blossoms. So that would be a linking verb. And it says I put an L if it's a linking verb. And remember, a linking verb just links the subject to what's beyond the verb in the sentence. Next, Casper's cousin seems very nice. So cousin, Casper's modifies what kind of cousin? Whose cousin? Verb would be seems. So could I say nice cousin? Because I can, so it's an adjective. It's a predicate adjective. And if it's a predicate adjective, very modifies nice. So if it's an adjective, predicate adjective, it would be, seems would be a linking verb, linking the cousin to nice. Okay, here we go. 11, Yuri swept the floor after dinner. So we have one prepositional phrase, after dinner. We have Yuri. He swept, so this is what I have so far. Now, floor, is it related to Yuri? No, it's what he did. So what did he sweep? He swept the floor. So the floor would be the direct object. And we have to write an A because it's an action verb. And you can actually see somebody sweeping the floor. That curvy road looks dangerous. So subject would be road. Curvy modifies what kind of road it is. So this is what I have so far. Looks would be your verb. Now, dangerous links up with road. And I could say dangerous road, and it makes sense. So it's not a predicate nominative, it's a predicate adjective. Which means that is a linking verb. I hope this is making sense. The baker tasted a sample of cheesecake. So we have prepositional phrase of cheesecake. You have baker, tasted. So sample and baker doesn't work. It doesn't explain anything. So sample would be the direct object. And you can actually see somebody tasting something. So that's an action verb. So I have L-L-A-L-A right there. And a phrase has a subject and a verb, or a single thought that can't stand alone. What is it? Well, I believe it has a single thought that can't stand alone. So write it down. A single thought, comma, can't stand alone. There you go. Just like that. A single thought can't stand alone. Gorge. So there's Tuesday's warm-up. I'm going to go grab my essay and then I'm going to talk to you about it just for a sec. Hold on. Okay, so here is my napping explanatory task. I'm going to put my name on it because I don't have my name on it yet. Hey, do you have your name on yours? Maybe you could do that too, because that would be awesome. So you're going to explain the benefits of napping and you're going to work on a very short time frame. So you can see here on Friday when I get back, during silent reading on Friday, you're going to have this packet open and I will be looking at your graphic organizer, and if you have it done I'm going to say awesome. And I'm going to be looking at your outline, and if you have that done I'm going to give you a stamp and say awesome. And remember, the outline has to have sentences, just like always. And then by the end of the period today, I hope you are printing a first draft. So hopefully you're working on that somewhere before Friday. So you have a pretty short time frame, and you're going to have a draft to me Friday, Friday, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days. And then I'll give you some feedback, see if you're off topic or not. And then you're going to clean it up the following week, and the final copy's due Wednesday. So it's a much shorter turnaround. I don't think this is a hard essay. I think the declaring our independence, I thought that was a hard essay. We had to dig through it. The sources were kind of hard. And so this one I don't think is hard. You have 3 sources. Source 1 is an article called How Much Sleep is Enough. And then source 2 is The Secret Truth About Napping. And you can see before you read it, these are actually researched articles. And the third source is a letter to the editor, or Ask the Sleep Doctor. It starts at the bottom and then it goes on. So you have 3 sources. And what you're going to work on today is you're going to make sure that you have a gorgeous thesis statement, and this is a pattern 3 sentence. If you forgot what a pattern 3 sentence is, you're going to use your writing notebook. And it has one of those starters with the dependent clause, comma, then you have your independent clause, and make sure you say something about explaining benefits of napping. Don't be off topic, because if you're off topic here, you get a 0. And word on the street, this essay is worth 95 points. 95 points. So make sure you take some time to look through the scoring guide. And then the second thing I'm going to look at on Friday is this, and this has complete sentences. Make sure you look at your notes to make sure you're doing a good job. Your writing notebook will help you a bunch. Your hero essay will help you. Your benchmark essay will help you. I want you to stay really focused today and get this done for sure. And then a couple of these paragraphs, that would be cool. Okay, I'll see you Friday, and do your best, because if your name is left, sad.